Good evening, everyone. Hamburg village leaders may have found a solution to flooding problems that neighbors have been dealing with for years.
The village hired an engineering team, and tonight that team presented their initial findings. Our Dylan Morello listened in and shares more. Dylan.
Dave and Kelsey, flood and drainage concerns in the village of Hamburg has cost neighbors thousands of dollars. In order to address those concerns, the village engineer went to the drawing board today, making a list of recommendations to help prevent future incidents of flooding in the village.
I'm hopeful that they're going to do something. It sounds like they found partial solution to it.
On Monday, village engineer David Britton shared his findings to over a dozen neighbors, going into detail about the recently concluded drainage study. He tells us recent flooding stemmed from the once in 25 years rain on May 22nd that dropped over 1.5 inches of H2O in 45 minutes.
The system itself has plenty of capacity. It's a matter of just trying to get the water into the system.
In the study, Britton says the flooding was due to both public and private concerns, like the size of storm grates in the area being too small, lack of connections to storm sewers, among others.
The water came off the roof, jumped the gutters, and everything came down, fell right adjacent to the foundation walls. You had some pumps, you just couldn't keep up. It's going to relieve itself at the first point, the lowest point, which is your floor drain.
To prevent future flooding, Britton submitted suggestions for the village to undertake, like replacing undersized storm grates on Prospect and Sharon Avenues, constructing a new drainage system on Randall Terrace, along with more frequent inspections.
All can be completed using town or village forces to do it. I don't think there's anything that was over the top and easy to implement.
And we know that it's going to be a cost to it. We're thinking that if we can do some of this with our own personnel, it'll be less expensive than having to sub it out to somebody. But we're going to do that analysis, and we'll determine what we can do now and what we'll have to budget for future years.
We'll have to see what they do and how fast they do it, and hopefully it'll resolve the problem.
Mayor Tallman says that he will be continuing to look at these recommendations in the coming days and will provide future updates at upcoming board meetings. In the meantime, he hopes that at least some of these recommendations can be put forward in this year's budget. Reporting live in the village of Hamburg, Dylan Morello, News 4.